Hello YouTubers. I wanted to give you a quick overview of my Axial Jeep Rubicon. This is the 1/10 scale. This is the new one that Axial just put out that looks more or less like a scale Jeep crawler. But as you can see from the video here, this definitely isn't what it looks like coming out of the box. So did a couple mods to it. Beef it up a little bit, make it a little more tougher, give it more of a off-road scale type look to it. So let me start off by showing you I went with the 2.2 mudslingers with beadlock Rockster wheels. They're black wheels with like a black chrome beauty ring on them. The tires compared to the stock ones, as you can see, they're actually quite a bit wider and just barely a little bit taller compared to the 1.9s. So, but overall they fit underneath the truck fairly nicely. So kind of liked how it looked. As you can see, I went with the Axial aluminum steering links. And all the links underneath the truck. As doing so, putting the links on the back. These are the 4-link, 3-link suspensions. The front, I had to take the front a little bit, as you can see by the upper linkage one. Right here, what I did is I added another spacer on this upper part. In doing so, what it did is it angled the front differential up a little bit to give the drive shafts more of a less angle to work at, make it a little more smoother. The back actually fit fairly nice and has a pretty decent angle going up, to the transmission. Like I said, the front was a little more straighter actually until I put that little spacer in there. But I mean, it could, if need be, maybe use another one. But in doing so, it's not that big of a deal. So, anyways, to get going with the rest of it here, I ended up putting the Axial wraith LED kit in it. These come with the 2 extra fogs in the center, which I put on here, and the fog lights that are in the bumper that already have the little cans already pre-made for the LEDs, so they fit in there nicely. And also for the rear comes with the rear set. And what else I did to this truck is going back, like I said, G-made. These are the G-made 103 shocks. They are the reservoirs. The stock shocks were 90mm. These are the 103. I did this to raise the truck up a little more, to actually give it a little more clearance to the body. As you can see, once I find the holes here. But anyways, gives it a nice scale off-road look, and doesn't seem to bottom out. And other than that, like I said, put the G-made 103s. These are 103mm. These are taller shocks. Very nice looking shock. Haven't ran the truck much with them, so I can't really give you an overview on how the truck performs with it, but it articulates actually very well with these shocks, as you can see. And they don't seem to be leaking or anything else yet. So I also added a 3 racing servo relocation plate here. What this does is it relocates a servo, so as you can see, it's off the front axle, so there's no more servo attached to the front axle. So in doing so, raises it up, attaches it up here to the chassis, and located my servo underneath that. It's actually a fairly easy mod to do, and it looks pretty good. Can't see the servo with the body back on it, so the servo arm is just a tad longer to give it a little more steering And the steering rod, I ran over to the far side to give it a little bit better steering also, and I'll show you that in a second once I turn it on. But when I ran it over to the short side, it didn't give me as much steering, and wasn't too sharp. I wasn't getting a full range of motion when I was steering, so doing so, like I said, I kind of extended the servo arm. This is a longer servo arm, and also added the link that went to the far side over here, so I had to run a couple together to get it to go over to the far side, but in doing so, like I said, it steers a heck of a lot better now. So, and the other thing I replaced on this was the servo. The servo is, I think it's one of those MG996 hockey part servos, 180 ounces of torque by 0.17 second response time, but I ordered a couple of those. Actually, I got like 4 of them, but 2 of them kind of sloppy. The shafts on the spines were a little bit sloppy. They didn't work too well, so I got to return 2 of them, and 2 of them actually worked out of 4. So okay, after that, I switched the motor out in this thing. I started off with just putting a Traxxas Titan. It's a 14 4-volt 21 turn motor in this. I do have an Axial wraith, and I burned the motor out in that pretty fast, so what I did is I went with one of these Titan motors, and the motor's been actually fairly good in that, and it's been lasting pretty long, so that's why I ended up going with one of these Titans. So the stock gearing I have is the same, so I haven't switched out any of the gearing. It's all the same. So other than that, that's about it. And let me show you here, give you a quick look at LEDs on this, and how well it steers with that type of setup for the steering linkage. I'll just put these in so the body doesn't fall off or anything when I tilt it around. Okay, here we go. There's the what it looks like with the LEDs on. They're actually pretty bright. Like I said, there's a stock Axial wraith LED kit, and that's what the front looks like. And as you can see, going back, definitely can't see any of the servos or area where the servo is. So definitely looks fairly nice like that. Gives it more of a scale look. That's what the rear looks like with the LEDs. Pretty nice red, bright LEDs. Here's what the steering does. Like I said, you get quite a bit of steering with that type of setup. So I mean, it actually won't steer any more to the left or right, because actually the arms up in front would almost hit over here. So like I said, the range of motion is actually pretty good, and it steers fairly well with this type of setup, so it works pretty good. And I did get an extra body for it. This body I took all the stickers off, just to give it more of a scale, full-size 1-to-1 Jeep Rubicon look. Something you could actually go to the dealer and buy and drive it around, except for, I left the Axial sticker on the back. So other than that, this was my overview, and I hope you liked it. Hope you like how it looks with the mods on it. But thanks for watching. Take care now.